Okay, hey everybody. We are just going to do a quick overview. Um, I just want to ask for your forgiveness for timing on this, but I think you're going to enjoy what we're talking about today. Is this going to be a quick introduction to the videos that I included in the module? We're going to be talking about three different theories this week. And this is when this class gets really fun. We get to make sense of the world around us and why people do what they do. Okay, so the first one we're talking about is symbolic interactionism. If you were to put a question with this particular theory, it would be, what is the meaning of life and how do you know that? How do you know what the meaning of life is? Like, how is that meaning assigned? And then how do we, from that point, make sense of our realities and other relationships, contexts, environments, and so on? So, symbolic interactionism, for me, it's actually one of my very favorite theories. It's the theory that was the basis of my dissertation when I did my PhD. It's something that I just find very, very fascinating. And sometimes I wonder if it isn't a human need, a human need to find purpose and understanding. And symbolic interactionism really tries to speak to that. Okay, the other theory that you're going to be looking at is expectancy violation theory. This particular theory has a discussion that you're going to engage in. And the whole gist of this theory is that we expect people to behave in certain ways, and when they don't, it kind of weirds us out. So, an example of this might be when you're in the elevator, you expect everybody just to stand there. Maybe they're looking at their phones. Maybe they're just kind of chilling. And then all of a sudden, there's that one person who wants to strike up a conversation with the whole elevator, and no one really knows what to do or if they should interact with the person trying to start the conversation. That is an example of expectancy violation theory. I think you're going to really enjoy learning about this one. The last one is family communication patterns theory. This theory argues that a person's family of origin and how they communicate is going to determine their communication pattern for the rest of their life. Not that it can't change or be altered or shifted a little bit, but that the likelihood of that happening is a lot lower. There are an X and Y axis to understanding this particular theory. One of those axes is conformity, and the other axis is communication, and from there, or conversation. From there, we kind of find four different family types. And so, as you learn about this, I would encourage you to look at yourself. Where does your family fit? I know I grew up in a very conversationalist family. I tried to do that with my children. My ex-husband grew up with a very conformist family, and tried to instill some of that, and so it's this really interesting tension between the two that occurs in family systems. I think you're also going to really enjoy learning about this one as well. All right, my friends, that's just the introduction for the week. I hope that you have an enjoyable learning experience this week as you kind of work on these theories.